Each mouthful, an explosion of flavour. So a lot of you guys have been telling me that you're having trouble with rice noodles. They're sticking together, they're all clumpy. Now you really want to master your rice noodle game for this salad because it's super important. So let's start off with the first part, which is you just get your dried rice vermicelli noodles. They look like this. Now you could just put them straight into boiling water and cook them, but then your chances of a clumpy sticky noodle increase. So what we do is we soak the noodle just in room temperature water 3 minutes. That's literally it. And then you get something that looks like this. So they're softer already. They're not cooked, but they're softer. Okay, step 2, the cooking part. Now, rolling boiling water, really rapidly boiling water, get those softened noodles into there, and this literally is a matter of like a minute or so. Overcooking the noodle, that's when you're gonna get a sticky, clumpy noodle. So let's just have a look. I'm moving them around, keeping them nice and fluid. Perfect. Firm, but still bouncy, not sticky. All right, time to get these guys out. I want to get them straight into some cool water. The best thing would be to run them under a tap, get all the heat off those noodles so they stop cooking. And so at this point, the noodles are cold, they're not going to overcook or keep cooking, and you want to drain them off. I'm just going to pull them straight out of here. But you want to drain them off, and you could stir fry with them, or in this case we're going to make a noodle salad. So I'm just going to get these guys straight into my serving bowl. Now onto the marinade. We are making a beef noodle salad, so I'm going to get together some lemongrass first of all, and I just want to bruise that lemongrass before I slice it up. And then I want some garlic as well, and a little sprinkling of whole black peppercorns. That's such a great smell already, that lemongrass and that garlic. Delightful. Okay, so I'm just after a fairly sort of rough paste, but you know, the peppercorns are all broken up. Those fibers from that lemongrass are all broken down. And to that, I want some fish sauce and just a little dash of sugar. So this is a great marinade to do for chicken, prawns as well. It's a great barbecue marinade. I'm using it for stir frying in this particular dish, but it's a really good quick marinade. Okay, so the beef, I'm using a good hunk of ribeye here today. I like the ribeye because it has like a nice marbling, a little bit of fat through it, but any tender cut of beef is fine also. And I want some really thin slices here. Now just mix that through, and because we've sliced that beef ultra thin and we've got a pretty strong marinade with the fish sauce and the garlic and the lemongrass, we don't need to leave this for too long. 10 minutes is all you need. So while the marinade's working its magic, I'm going to make a dressing, and I just want some fish sauce and some sugar as well, a little bit of white vinegar. Just going to mix that through till the sugar dissolves. And I'm just going to add a little bit of chopped chili, and then you just want a squeeze of lime juice. Mix that through. Just perfect. A little bit salty, sweet, tangy. Yum. Okay, so now let's talk about the vegetables. So I've got some carrot here, and I'll tell you what, one of the things apart from my mortar and pestle that I just love in my kitchen is this very cheap julienne peeler. You can get it on Amazon, get it on from a Chinese grocer, and it means that I can just get these really beautiful strips of carrot very easily. Okay, so I've got some carrot to go in with my noodles. I just love the freshness of this salad. You've got all these crunchy bits and lots of herbs and beautiful things to come a bit later. And then I want some cucumber as well. Now, that's all set, ready to go. Now we're going to do the beef, because this is going to be kind of like a warm salad. So we want the beef done at the last minute. Now, 2 ultimate tips for keeping your beef, whenever you're stir frying, keeping it juicy and tender. So number 1, get your pan ripping hot, like super, super hot. This should be really quick, otherwise the beef will start to stew, and that's when it gets all rubbery and not very nice. So really hot pan. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in there, and then wait for that oil to get nice and hot. Just swirl it around. Tip number 2 is the size of your pan. So you want to make sure that each piece of beef has plenty of hot pan to touch. You don't want everything clumped together and getting all messy. So let's get that beef in there, spread it out. Now spread that beef out. I'm going to let that first side get nice and caramelized before I start flipping the beef over. Ah, the smell is driving me crazy. So good. And what I want to do is just get a tiny little dash of some of that dressing that we made into the pan, because I want that beef to be a little saucy. But that's enough, not too much. And we're done. Let's have a look. That beef is so tender. Perfect. Okay, so time to assemble, because I'm literally going to eat my arm if I don't get some salad soon. This beef smells so good. All right, so I'm going to pile up some beef into these bowls. Okay, so you want a nice, good drizzle of that dressing over everything in the bowl. And then I like to leave the rest of the dressing on the table so people can add more for themselves if they like. And now the final bits and pieces. You want some bean shoots, and then I want some nice fresh mint and some Thai basil as well. And then finally, the real key ingredient to making this whole thing pop, fried shallots. Now you want to get everything mixed up, all those flavors combining, becoming friends, getting all amazing, and then each mouthful, an explosion of flavor. Yum.